Dodson, the Florida bike guy. So what's the most common mistake I see that cyclists make after they have a collision with a pedestrian or a dog? And honestly, the answer is quite simple. They simply don't get the identity of the person who is walking the dog or the person that got in their way, the pedestrian. So give you a little war story. We had a call recently from someone who was on a trail, and a dog was on there on a leash with someone who was in the neighborhood walking. As the cyclist approached, the dog suddenly bolts across into the path of the caller, and they went down and were injured. And interestingly enough, there were other people in the area. There were other cyclists in the area. Everybody stood around. The police came, the paramedics came, and not one person got the identity of the dog owner. And we see this so frequently. I've had numerous people call, particularly on collisions on the trail, where it's a dog owner or a person who's walking and they step into the path of a bike or whatever. Those are typically a homeowner's claim. And we need, though, the identity of the homeowner, whether it's a dog or the person personally. So if you're riding in a group and someone has a crash, do the person the biggest favor of their life. Get the identity of the person who caused the injury. Just write it down. Hey, what's your name? Where do you live? What's your street address? Write it down. If you can get a photograph of them, terrific, get that as well. I've had situations where, even if we found a photograph of the person, we'd send an investigator into the neighborhood to find them. But that's a rare event, honestly. And I understand people are not lawyers. They're not thinking like lawyers. But I hope that with this message on this video, that someone will listen to it and, have the presence of mind after one of these incidents to just take a minute, get the identity of the homeowner, identify the dog, do whatever is necessary to make sure that we know who that person is, because many times it isn't real clear how serious the injury is when a cyclist goes down, as we all know. Sometimes these things that are really going on, the harm doesn't materialize right away. Sometimes it's real clear. Collarbone fractures are pretty clear. Broken arms, pretty clear. All those things we understand. Concussion issues, not so much. So I wanted to raise your awareness of that. I think we're doing a big favor to the cycling community if we can get the word out on this. Remember that if you need help after a cycling injury, we're here to help. And I very much appreciate your referrals. I want to remind you that we're running a contest on your favorite ride. Tell us your favorite ride in Florida. And we're giving away the Cyclic Fly 12, which is a wonderful video recording taillight. This is a great gift. So go look it up on get on our Facebook page, enter the contest. We're getting great entries, and we'll publish the results of that when we finish with the contest. I'm going to announce the winner on Halloween, and I hope that you're the winner. It's been great talking to you. I appreciate every one of you, and if I can help you in any way, let me know. I'm Jim Dodson, the Florida bike guy. Be safe. Take care. Bye.